From the studios of YMSL, welcome to the LCS edition of the Douglas Report. What a show we have for you tonight to recap three amazing playoff games. We have on my right hand, from the Untouchable organization, the American League representative in the World Series, actually, Dr. Chucky Abady. Chuck, congratulations on your big wins on Sunday. We're going to walk through them. We're going to go through all the details and everything, but your team is in the World Series, so congratulations.
Thanks, Norm. Pleasure to be here for about the fourth or fifth consecutive week.
Yes.
It's like Jeopardy, you know, you can't get rid of me, so here we
Ken
go.
Jennings of Jeopardy, yes.
Ken Jennings.
And in baseball terms, Joe DiMaggio almost. Look at this, almost.
Are we getting paid for this, by the way?
Yes, you're getting paid. The check is in the mail. And on my left hand, a completely different story. No smiles today after a crushing defeat of the Colorado Rockies, Mr. Sammy Tawil. Sammy, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. It's the ex-Rockies now at this point.
The ex-Rockies disbanded. Breaking news. They built the stadium with taxpayer funds, but now the Colorado Rockies are leaving Denver. Amazing.
Yep.
No more Rocky baseball.
Nope.
No more Rocky baseball. We're going to talk about Rocky baseball. It sounds like a very sloppy affair. But let's begin with the Untouchables versus the Dodgers. An amazing game played at Fireman's East. We'll then go to your game, and then we'll go to the World Series. Each game, a lot to talk about from each game. I'm very excited. Chuck, let's dive right in.
Okay, so let me just preface the pregame action, which there's plenty of. Of course, we're coming off a heartbreaking Game 2 loss where we were looking to eliminate them without Allie Marshall. They had no Allie Marshall. We convincingly won the first game. And we had a horrific first inning in that second game, as it's well been documented. So now we have to lick our wounds with that. We had our chance. Allie's coming back. They don't want to play Friday. They're going to play Sunday.
Give them the extra rest, another two
shots
days to
of
get better.
whatever it takes.
Cortisone shots, right? All legal, all approved.
So they say. Wednesday, we get an email from our pitcher, Leo Casson.
Yes.
Business concerns demand his attendance in Mexico. Probably will not be back for either of the next 2 weekends. Okay, so
I don't think your team is going to mind. I mean, the guy's in and out all season long, and you guys are rallying behind another pitcher.
So the wires were burning up in terms of getting a replacement pitcher because we're entitled to it. And much to the team's credit, we shot down. We had approved Maya Safdie. He was approved by the commission. And to a man, we put our money on Jackie Bawabe. He was our guy.
Okay.
Maya was not. We were going to go with Jackie Bawabe to see what we could do.
And you won 2 games with him.
We beat Helter Skelter in a sweep, and we split the Cardinals with him. We won game 1, and we lost game 2.
Right.
But, you know, there was some feeling that, you know, we did it a little bit with mirrors. There was a couple of, you know, a bunch of walks, a couple of great plays. It could have been much worse than it was. But that being said, Jackie was really wanted the ball. I mean, when it comes push to shove, he showed no hesitation, and he wanted the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to go with your guys.
He's not Ike Edid, but he's on your team, and he's pitching. He's pitching the last few games for you.
Okay, so great decision to go with Bawabe, right?
It's. I mean, now that I looked at the box scores, yes, it was brilliant.
But we opened up in the first inning. In the very first inning, they get the bases loaded with Abraham Haber up, and he hits a grand slam.
Yes.
Really?
So we're not 7 minutes into the game.
4-0.
We're down 4-0.
Wow. First inning?
And we're looking for Maya. You know, where is Maya?
Where's Maya?
Not really where's Maya, but I could read Jaime Shaman's, you know, body language, and, you know, some guys more than others. We give up another couple of hits in the first inning, and we get out of it, but it's 4-0 Okay.
Not the way you want to start the game.
Not the way you want to
game
start. You know,
decisive
you didn't even get an AB, and you're down 4-0.
Right.
We come back with a 1 in the first. We come back with 2 in the second.
Which I thought was a huge point in the game. You guys got it to 4-3.
4-3.
Maybe they stretched it after that, but to get it to 4-3, you guys said, you hit the grand slam, but we're making this a game. You're not running away with this.
So at 4-3 in the fourth, Jack Abady leads off with a double. Okay, we got 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Jaime lines out to short. We don't advance the runner. We miss a golden opportunity to at least tack on the tie. Quickly segue to the 5th inning, and they had an opportunity, by the way, also in that mix with bases loaded, 1 out.
No, bases loaded, nobody out. They had with 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
Right. Yeah.
Hard ground ball to short. Jaime Shaman comes up with it and takes the play at the plate.
It's funny, on that play, it looked like he was running towards third, but then he gunned it home.
Right, so he was caught in between. Can I get time to go to third and then come home? He came home for the sure out.
He made the
but
right
now
choice.
they have Malak and Ali Marshall.
Wow. 1 out.
1 out. Okay, Malak's been killing us with the ball. Very confident. Proceeds uncharacteristically to pop up to second.
Pop up at second on a 1-0 count or maybe a 1-1 count. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
the pitch was at his eyes, Chucky. It was not a good pitch.
I go with the announcer all the time that says, when you're watching MLB games, that with bases loaded, the pressure is on the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes the batter gets a little bit anxious. You
Yeah.
know, I know at 1-0, Bawabi's not going to go 2-0. I'm probably going to get a better pitch to hit, and he got a little anxious and he popped up.
But you're not out of the woods.
No,
Now you have Ali Marshall.
Now you have Ali Marshall
with bases loaded.
And Ali Marshall hits one on this too good, as he said, too good.
Yeah.
A rip line drive, but it carries, and they're playing them deep, but it carries right to DK in left field. Okay. And we get out of bases loaded, no outs, 2, 3, and 4,
wow,
with the score still staying at 4-3.
I thought DK made a very, very good play. He had 2 different plays off of Ali. One of them he was played shallow, and Ali hit it shallow. Like he was on the line, and it went right to his glove. The other one seemed to be in between a couple of outfielders, and DK covered a lot of ground. Right. He was all the way in the parking lot. If you know Fireman's East by the firehouse, he was right in front of that fence in the center field parking lot. So he covered a ton of ground.
I don't know what the voting came out, but DK definitely has to get consideration for Gold Glove in left field because he gets to a lot of balls. He's very, very fast, very sure-handed. Maybe not the A arm that you have in left field, but he gets it in, he gets it into the shortstop, and he makes every play on the balls in the air.
Were you playing the 4 outfielders, Fally?
We were not.
You were straight away 3?
We were straight away 3.
Wow, okay.
We were straight away 3, and we played straight away. We played 4 for Malak.
Okay.
We felt Ali was a little injured, but it didn't really seem that way by the couple of shots that he was hitting and the plays he made defensively.
Wow, okay.
He kept reaching for his back, but at the same time he was, nothing got past him, and he was killing the ball.
Okay, now 4-3. They're up now.
In the fifth.
In the 5th. You guys.
Okay, so they're up in the 5th, 4-3. They string together a couple of hits. They make it 5-3.
Right.
There's 2 outs, and here comes my play, my famous play. Labo's up with 2 outs. We put Jackie Haber in short right field because that's where Labo's been dinking us. No, not dinking us, but hitting ropes to right, short right field. Mm-hmm. Sammy, you've got that spot down pat if you're not going to left. Right over between first and second, onto the grass, finding some grass. So we put Jackie
Sammy does not have a patent on that one. You have the patent on the one on the left.
He has the patent pending. I think his patent pending.
Okay,
is the other one.
We'll check with the trademark office.
Exactly.
Okay, go.
So we move Mark Blaha actually to second base.
Okay.
Jaime Shaman to the second base side of second base, and Jack Abady is at short.
Good.
Labo could put a bunt down at third.
Sure.
But they never do. Teixeira never does it. Giambi never do. No. And I don't think there's bunting allowed in the league.
Of course not.
So he proceeds to hit a hard ground ball to first base that kind of eats up Stephen Batesh. But finds its way and nestles into the glove of Jackie Haber.
So you can still make a play at first.
Still make a play at first. It's got Labo running.
So does Stephen go back to first?
Stephen does not go back to cover the bag. Jake Dweck is at second. They don't send him, and Jackie fires home.
Right.
At the same token, for whatever reason, Labo, maybe misreading or thinking that the man from third was going to come home, he rounds first and is halfway to second. At which point, Jaime Sham is urging me,
throw the ball.
Throw the ball. I check first, a little hesitation to decipher who's what, and proceed, for no apparent reason, to email the ball into right field.
Right.
Okay. Text message and email, I don't know what I did, but I airmailed it.
FedEx.
You airmailed it. Now, if anyone on the Untouchables wants to call in, 7325-YMSL55, 7325-YMSL55 for anybody. But we all know Chucky's been yelling at each of you this season not to throw that ball at that moment and to don't tell me I had him. Okay. Don't tell me I got this.
Okay.
So
all true.
All true.
Jack Abady, of course, with a glare. Eat it! Like I always tell them, eat it.
Right.
I came back with, of course, the good throw gets him.
Right.
And he deadpans me like he's Chucky Abady.
So
saying,
it's role reversal.
I've heard it 1,000 times.
I got it.
And I can't. I have no leg to stand on.
Well,
I had him.
Right, you had him.
I got him, and I didn't have him, and it's 7-3. And I'm mortified.
And you feel terrible.
Now we're in the 5th inning. We're
might be
9 outs away. All the trouble to get back to 4-5-3, which is surmountable at that point.
Yes.
Seems to be gone. We bring it in from the field at 7-3. We're down to the bottom of the lineup again. We rally back up again. And we put a 2 spot on the board.
Which is huge.
Huge. Jackie Bawaba with a hit. Abady Dweck with a hit. I had an infield hit. Jackie Buwabe, we have to say, not only has been pitching, fielding the position. He had 3 RBIs in this game.
Wow.
He's doing it all.
Well, speaking of fielding the position, because it comes up twice in this game. Once in the 6th, once in the 7th.
Okay.
The one in the 6th, I believe, was off your bat.
Off my bat. Off my bat, there was a little bit of a...
Spin?
Yes. No, they never touched it. It was like a fister between the pitcher and second base.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of spin towards the first base.
A ton of spin. We all saw it from the sideline.
Okay.
You could see this ball back spinning.
Right.
Now, Jeffrey pitches hard, so he's in.
Right.
And now the ball's going to land like 6, 7 feet. I don't even know if that, like a few feet
midway
behind
between
Jeffrey.
the Bermuda Triangle of Elliot Patesh and the second baseman
and shortstop
and the pitcher.
But from my view, the only one that had a chance at it was Jeffrey, from my view.
Right.
I don't know if you agree.
I think the first baseman's got to hang back at the bag. Jeffrey's got to take it on a hop and flip it to first.
So now Jeffrey goes back to try to catch the ball.
He doesn't.
He does not catch it. Whether it hit his glove or not, I'm not sure. You're probably just running to first, so you're not sure.
The ball gets away on a shuffle kind of thing to first. We wind up with first and third, but the run scores. DK comes home.
Okay.
Right.
We make it 7-5.
From where? From second base? From where?
From third base.
Okay.
It was first and third. It's again first and third. And we're 7-5.
Did they ever make a play at first? No play.
They tried an attempted play which got away. I couldn't advance to second, but they run it from first
to third. Right.
Okay.
Joe Chira smokes one manageable to the short center fielder. He bobbles it a little bit, and Ali comes up with the great scoop at second, holding the bag.
It was a line drive. Line drive to Harry Braha. Looks like the inning's over. He sort of catches it, but then the ball falls out of his glove. Now this has happened a couple times with him.
Right.
Then he's playing short center on the second base side of the bag. He sort of back flips it almost blindly to Ali covering, and the ball is like sort of rolling.
Right.
Short hop. Ali short hopped it, stretched, and held the bag. I thought it was play of the day, and I thought it saved the Dodgers season and would advance them to the World Series because nobody saw what we were in for in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, again, if he doesn't come up with that play, it's 7-6.
Right.
And the
first
ball,
and second,
anyway.
maybe more.
Yeah.
And Jackie Haber, Jack Abady up.
Right.
As it is, the inning ends, and they come
7-5,
up with a 7-5.
Okay.
And they go.
They're still feeling good, bud.
But they go 1, 2, 3 in the
Jeffrey
7th.
Sack on the mound.
They go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th, which is big.
Which is big.
All right, let's stop right here. Now you got Jeffrey Saka on the mound, 3 outs away from the World Series. You got to feel pretty good if you're the Dodgers.
I would think
Right?
so.
Now
I would think so. I'm going to give it to Norman at this point.
Yeah, because at the same time, the feeling in the stadium, in the dome over Fireman's East, was that this team chipping away, and they sort of have some sort of magic this year that if you watch them, you could feel it. I don't know.
I'll go back to Game 2 where we lost 7-5, and Ali commented before Game 3 that if that game went one more inning, he didn't have any confidence in his team. In other words, we were coming, and they were going nowhere.
Knocking on the
they
door.
kept going 3 outs, and we kept getting opportunities.
You got to remember they were up 4-0.
Right.
This team never led the whole day. But
Right.
now they're down 7-5, 2-3-4 coming up.
But 2 is going to be key. I mean, the first out is going to be key because I know in my mind,
it sets the table.
if first out doesn't do it, I don't know what Jack mindset's going to be after that.
Right, okay,
it's
fine.
It's a whole ball of
It
wax
sets
with
the
Jackie
table. The
Haber
first
going
guy is
up.
big.
Jackie Haber steps up to the plate. He hits a ball straight away center and deep. Now, I guess Jake DeWeck was shaded in the left center gap, I guess, because he was running, and he's saying the ball started to tail away from him or whatever.
Yeah.
Ball went over his head, and Jackie Haber's on third base.
Okay, now you hold him up on third?
I'm holding him up on third all the way.
Because it doesn't mean nothing.
Means nothing.
Good.
Okay.
Great. I agree.
Debatable if he, he definitely hit the ball really hard. Debatable if Jake DeWeck should have caught it. I feel he should have
Was
caught
it straight away to center, deep center, or was it in
It was
right?
deep, and it was sort of right center because Jake was
right
running
center.
that way.
Okay.
But it was not in the right center gap. Don't get the wrong idea.
Was it
that
ever catchable?
100% in my opinion, it was
Wow.
catchable.
Okay.
I think so. What do you think?
Sounds like no, from the face.
I didn't think at the time that was a misplayed ball, but it depends on who your center fielder is, and some of these catchables got to be qualified.
In other words, Jake was going across, and the ball went over his head.
Maybe he took a bad route.
Okay. Either way, the guy smoked the ball, and he's on third base. Okay. Jack Abady comes up. He hits a base hit to right field.
Right.
They're playing 4 outfielders with Jack Jamal on the right field line. He's usually an infielder, now he's on the right field line. Okay, this ball goes directly to Jack Jamal in right field. Jack Abady is not slowing down, not looking around to see anything. He is going to second base, no doubt about it. Now this is going to be a close play because Jack Jamal has the ball. Jack Abady is just touching first base and
so this
running.
is a make or break. I mean, if he gets out, you start.
Now he's running. You see the play about to develop. Everyone's saying he's crazy. He's a dead duck. No, he's going to get there.
I don't know if I do.
Throw comes in. Jack head first slide.
That's
safe. He picks up second base. He spikes it. He's cheering. The sideline's going crazy because now it's 7-6.
Correct. And now
man on second, and nobody is out.
Wow.
Wild.
Now, Chucky, let me ask you: were you happy that he went to second? Were you upset?
Once he saw the umpire go like this, he was happy.
But let's forget that. Now, let's say, were you happy when you saw him rallying first? Were you like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" Or honestly, I need an honest opinion.
I don't think you make an opinion. Look, Jack is.
We know he's fearless.
An instinctive ball player.
Correct.
He's not looking for the first base coach. He's not looking for the third base coach.
Right.
I don't think he's making a decision. He made this decision to go to second base when he was 11.
Correct. And that's why you've been.
Yeah, that's how he's going. I mean, if you know,
and you live and die with that because there've been plays, where he was on third and the pitcher had the ball and he thought there was an opening and he'll go and he'll get burnt.
That's the way he plays the game.
But that's how he plays the game. He gets thrown out. It's like I had it,
Right.
But you're kind of like a little bit in awe at that point because he's going to go with it. We also know that Jack Jamal is not, the greatest arm in right field. He's an infielder playing right field. So even if that judgment comes into play, he made a decent throw. If he's out, I'm going to kill him.
Was it a close play?
Close play. Not that close play, but safe.
But safe.
Okay, next. Now, this is just great. That one's
only going to get better.
Yeah, because a lot of people know that he's looking for that and he's going to do that. We've all seen it a million times.
Okay.
The next play, Jaime Shama comes up. Now, Jaime didn't have a good game. And he actually struck out looking with men on the inning before, or 2 innings before when you guys are mounting a comeback. Jaime Shama comes up, he hits a pop-up to second base. Jack Jamal, again, now back to his second base position, backpedaling to catch it. Catches it on sort of a back pedal.
Okay.
But he is in just the tip of the outfield grass. I'm talking he's in the infield.
Deep second. Go ahead.
Jack Abady on second base is now going to tag from second to third. Now, this is insane. He's going second, third. Now, Jack Jamal must have been shocked because he's on his back foot. He didn't, play it correctly where you go behind and I guess you charge in or whatever. And he threw a weak throw to third base. Jack Abady, the head first slide again.
In.
Safe.
I don't mind that play.
It was very shallow.
He's going backpedaling. His momentum's going to the outfield. With his speed, Jack Jamal's arm, I don't have a problem with that. And get to third.
I think that's a more calculated
to score.
I think that's a more calculated play, knowing the arm and the backpedaling aspect. But there's certainly a half a dozen second basemen where you can't even think about
we know that. But you got to know your.
But you got to know your circumstances.
Okay. Next play.
So man on third, one out.
Man on third, one out.
Abady.
By the way, Jack Abady did come off the bag on that play afterwards, but the umpire did not call him out. But the umpire did not make one correct call.
Really?
Mostly against your team throughout the game. There was a few controversial calls. Same guy with the little hat, he's terrible. Fine.
Which Jack maintained that Malak kind of knocked his arm off the bag on that play. I said, Jack, why'd you come off the bag? He goes, when he tagged me, he knocked my hand off the bag.
Okay,
but his hand was on the bag during the tag, and I'm not going to go with that. So
okay, either way.
Speed dial to Abady.
Next guy. No, not Abady just yet.
Yeah, Abady on the infield hit.
Oh, that's okay. Now, man on third, one out. Mm-hmm. Abady up. He hits a little squibbler to Jeffrey Saka, spinning like crazy, like a dreidel.
Okay.
Crazy. Get into Jeffrey Saka.
Not easy to field.
Well, he didn't field it.
Okay.
But Jack Abady didn't move from third. Now, if he fields it and throws to first, we all know where Jack Abady's going.
Right.
Who knows which
I'm in shock because he tells me afterwards, if he throws it to Bitesh, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
In other words.
Oh, he's going for sure.
Wow. Because the ball was actually halfway between, a little bit, I thought, between the pitcher and Elliott.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you ask me about the Jackie Haber thing, when there's a guy on third, like if you send that guy home, we got the run, it's a fresh inning, nobody's looking at the baseline.
Yes.
Jeffrey knows at that point that Jack's on third.
Correct.
So he's kind of looking at the ball, looking at the runner, maybe looking up at first, misplays it. I'm sure
So he
everybody
said first and third.
One out. 732-5 YMSL 55 is the phone number. Mark Braha comes up. Mark Braha steps up. He hits a sac fly.
At that point, I'm saying enough. You know, we're not playing for the win. We're playing for the tie mark. Get it to the outfield.
Right. Just
by the way,
and I tell AB Dweck we're not tagging because I don't want an out at second.
Yep.
And you made sure he didn't tag. And Marty Jamal was also playing for the tie at that point.
Okay.
He had his infield back, and he said, "Get the outs, get me out of this inning. I'll take the next
I
inning."
agree. Both.
So 2 outs,
Okay.
7 up, man on first.
Stephen Batesh comes up, not known for his
Man on
hitting.
first.
Man on first.
AB Dweck, man on first. Stephen Batesh comes up, not known for his hitting. He has a very good glove at first base.
But he has been hitting the ball.
That's what they're saying.
Has been hitting the ball, and especially in that game, he had a double earlier in that game.
Well,
which I tell him that there's a triple in the bat somewhere. When he's coming up to bat, I go, Stephen, and he's had some triples this year. There's a triple in that bat. Now's the time. You got to find the gap.
Okay, well, the gap he did find, the left center gap, a beautiful line drive shot in no man's land if you're the Dodgers. There's no fielder near the ball. AB Dweck is running his butt off, rounding second, rounding third.
Wow.
The Dodgers did not handle the relay well.
So at that point, when he's midway between second and third, it's
gotta
obvious
get the ball to
that
Alley.
they're not getting it to Alley. It's an overthrow to Alley. It's going to wind up in Malak's glove.
Right.
Not clean either, because Malak was first holding third, anticipating maybe it'll be a play third. Now he's got to quickly kind of move to the shortstop, because Alley's already halfway out to left center field.
Mm-hmm.
The ball goes over Alley's head to Malak. Now AB's rounding third, heading home.
Yeah, Jimmy made a damn good throw, though.
Good
So
throw.
now wait to the play at the plate.
Yeah, the play at the plate.
Okay.
Jimmy made a very good throw, but you can't miss Ali Marshall on the
You gotta hit Alley.
I mean, come on.
You gotta hit Mo Shama.
You gotta hit these guys. A major league arm.
Yeah.
AB Saka safe at the plate.
Dweck.
AB Dweck safe at the plate. Injured his ankle on the play because the plate was sticking up a little bit, and the Untouchables score.
Play at the plate. They called him safe.
Safe. He was safe.
He was safe.
They scored 2 in the 6th, 3 more in the
That's
7th to
incredible.
get to the World Series.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable game. And I got to tell you, Jack Abady made that last inning happen. I mean, he's a dynamic player. He made that double happen when it was clearly a single.
Yep.
And you may like the play, tagging second to third. I don't know another person in the league that's tagging from second to third on this particular play. It was a shallow pop up to second base. I maintain that. I played with everybody. It is tough to
You
tag.
also have to think at that point, you're already in scoring position at second. The pop up to second is only the first out.
Right.
You're going to be crucified if you're thrown out at
Crucified.
third with AB Dweck and Mark Blaha coming up with chances to tie the game. But he's that,
He got. It's not the right move, but he got away with it, and he's a hero.
Okay.
You know, but second to third day, you can't say is the right textbook move.
No.
But he did it, and he got away with it.
And again, some players, a textbook player,
Does not score.
You're at first.
Yeah.
You're at first.
You're 100% right.
There's certain guys that you don't want on the bases. Jack Abady's one of those guys
Yeah.
that you just want to get Joe Chiara. Guys like that, you just want off the base.
True.
And for this reason.
Yeah.
So now that happens on Fineman's East. Amazing, amazing game. Really fun to watch the game, I got to tell you the truth. And then on Fineman's West, we're getting scores and we're hearing reports about Sammy Tawil. By the way, AB Dweck's X-rays were negative.
Okay.
But he's out.
He's out. He still maybe have ligaments or things like that, but no broken bones.
Is Leo Casson coming back?
Right? As of this moment, we don't have confirmation, but it does not look like it.
Does not look like it's coming next week.
It won't be here for this weekend, as far as we're seeing right now. And that would even create, an issue because Bawaba's been pitching for us now 6 games.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that with the World Series.
Okay, good.
Let's talk about Fineman's West by the swing set, home of the World Series, where you guys, the number 1 seed all season long, you're the number 1 seed.
Yep.
You were facing the Cardinals who beat
Yep.
the Astros,
Yep.
and you had a decisive game 3 over here. Al, something popped up over here. It's good or no?
No. You should be good now.
What?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So we're just about to talk about the other game, the NLCS, if you will, between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. What did I just say? The Rockies and the Cardinals.
Against that's that area
Okay.
in Colorado. That's the marijuana.
Exactly. Yes, it's legal, so
Yeah,
you
so
can't
it's
say I
legal.
did anything
Okay,
wrong.
I'll blame
Okay.
you.
So, Sammy, what happened? You guys were the #1 seed, the best record in the team in the league from day one. You went wire to wire. What happened here? I heard a very sloppy defensive performance by the Rockies.
To say the least, it was very, very sloppy. It's listen, you got to give credit to the Cardinals. They won the game on the field. They played their opponent. They advanced to the World Series. You can't take credit away from the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
However, saying that, first of all, 2 out of 3 series, really sometimes anybody can win those 2 out of 3 series. And I think you're seeing 2 of the lowest seeds in the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
So I question if the semifinals should be 3 out of 5 series, but we'll talk about that later on in the off season.
I just want to chime in. It's usually the guys that lose the 2 out of 3 series that go for that.
No. Listen,
I didn't say it last year, and I'm saying it this year, so you might be on to something.
Listen, there was talk about it. Doesn't mean we would have won. We maybe would have lost still.
Because you did jump out to a 1-0. You won the first game.
We did, and then game 2, unfortunately,
you got smoked.
We didn't
get smoked.
We got smoked, and it's not so much the Cardinals beat us.
No.
It was more. Listen,
it was 10-0 in the first inning.
If we were playing the girls' league, we would lose 17-3.
Well, that says something about the Rocky baseball, though.
Ralph Hannon walked 12 guys. He'll tell you that we couldn't have won. Again, I'm not taking credit away from the Cardinals. They whipped us game 2. It's 1-1. We're feeling good. I tell my team, listen, it's 1 game. Let's chalk it up and let's go to game 3. Bottom line.
Before we get to game 3, we have a call coming in. Let's see what we got here. Jack, how are you?
Good, guys.
Jack from Brooklyn Dodgers, from Ebbets Field. How are you?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack Jamal.
Sammy Tawil.
Congratulations, Chucky, Abady.
Thank you, Jack.
Speak up, caller.
Congratulations, Mr. Abady. Very happy for your team. You guys played extremely well, and you deserved that game.
There's no better sportsman in the game than the Jamal family.
That's
From Marty
true.
on down. He taught you guys well.
That's true. You guys, when you guys played the Indians, also you guys handled that series with class, and we lost our player. And win or lose, you guys are class acts on the field. I got to tell you the truth. Jack, let's get right to the big part of the game, if you don't mind. When Jack Abady was tagging up second to
let's
third,
go to second base first.
On the first play, when Jack Abady hits the single to you down the line, are you expecting him to go to second base or no?
100% I was expecting it, but let me just break the play for you, okay?
Sure.
That's Abady. Firstly, the guy on third was scoring no matter what. So he had that triple, hitting that first run.
Right.
In my mind, I said, can't let Jack get into the scoring position. Having said that, all series long, we played a 4-man outfield.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I played the right field line, even with the pole, Jack stood exactly parallel to the pole. So I had to respect his power. So let's start with the fact that I had to play deep and respect his power.
Okay.
Second, he hit that ball. I saw it coming in, and I said from the moment I saw it past first baseman, I said he's going to take 2.
Yeah.
But I could not let that ball get in front of me. So I ran as fast as I could, and that's not fast, by the way, to the ball. And I had to slow down right before I got to the ball to make sure it didn't become a triple. But, I didn't want that ball getting by me. I didn't want to follow it. Because first instinct as an outfielder is to first get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And once you make that stop and you don't feel it, with momentum to throw the ball, that's all Jack Abady needed to see. And he felt double out of the mob. And, you got to give him credit. He's like Jackie Robinson around that base. He should have been wearing number 42. I mean, that guy just smelled double out of the mob.
I'm sure you wish he was wearing the Dodgers colors also yesterday. Now let's go to the next play now. Now you're playing second base. He's on second, and it's a pop-up from Jaime Shama.
So the first thing I wanted to do was, after that play, redeem myself. So I'm thinking, okay, you got to get the keeper from getting to third. Easier said than done. I think it was Jaime. He hit a ball. Now, let me just tell you.
Little louder, Jack. Little louder.
Okay, Jaime Shama hit this ball, and it wasn't an easy play, although it looked easy. I was a little shallow than normally. Why was I a little shallow? Because I didn't want to just concede third base to Abady. So I'm playing a little bit more shallow than I used to. He hits the ball, 5 to 10 feet on the grass, past the second baseline. But it was very close enough to make the play. But the problem was, as you guys alluded to, I was backpedaling.
just amazing. The two plays near Jeffrey Saka. I mean, like, a lot of things happened in the last 2 innings that just seemed like the Untouchables are a team of fate this year. That, like, the squibbler to Jeffrey, he couldn't field it. The pop-up lands in between Jeffrey and no man's land in a triangle. You know, it just seemed like for the Dodgers, I don't want to say luck, but it seems like luck was not on your side also.
Well, 2 things I'll say about that. Number one, you always want to be luckier than better in baseball, but this is a situation where they had the luck and they had the talent.
Right.
I mean, this is not just a lucky team. They have strong guys 1 through 10. So sometimes you create your own luck. Okay?
Mhm.
They don't have 7 all-stars. They have 2 perennial players from Tiny Shadow, right? We have 3 all-stars with Joe Chira, Abady, and Jaime. And then you have 7 other guys that just want to win, that know how to play baseball. Jackie Haber, you have go through that lineup, and it's just as scary 8, 9, 10 as 1, 2, 3 because they all can hit, and they have a good team, and they have a talented team. And talented teams, you don't have to, be the best team, but if you gel together and you have that determination, and you want to win, you find ways to win. So it's not just luck; they created their luck, right, Chucky? What do you think?
I think, first of all, you're being very magnanimous, but I do think, good teams take advantage of the breaks.
Right.
And we happened to capitalize on a couple of things. We would never say die. We were down 4 runs twice in the game. And we still played pretty good ball and kept our heads in the game. We had a tough call at a third base on a no slide by Abady Dweck. The Jamal way of playing baseball is not to get involved with the umpires. Keep your head in the game and, stay the course. And we were able to do that for the most part. So that's why you and your brothers and your dad have been winners all along. We'll kiss each other's butts here a little bit, but that's the right way to do it. That's the right way to play it. And
Jack, thank you for the call. We got to get moving on to the debacle in Denver. So, but thank you for the call. Good luck next year with the Dodgers, and we'll see you next time.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, Sammy, back to you
Okay.
now. We're in Denver.
Yep.
You got killed in game 2, but
Yes.
now you have a game 3,
Yes.
Sunday morning. What
And
happened?
again, I don't want to take no credit away from the Cardinals. They won the game and they advanced. So
Sure.
good luck, to them, and I wish them the best. And they deserve to be in the World Series. We definitely didn't.
Mhm.
Before the game started, I told the team, defense wins championships. We must play good defense, and we must get pitching from Ralph Hannon for us to win this game.
Mhm.
We got the pitching from Ralph Hannon. Ralph was exceptional. He pitched great. He was in control. He did everything I can ask him to do for game 3, and nothing more. First inning was basically, it almost felt like I was watching the Astro game 3.
I was going to say that. That's what it sounded,
Yeah,
because we were
yeah,
together
yeah,
watching
we were
that
together,
game.
and I was saying to myself, it's like deja vu all over again. I'm the Astros now.
Wow.
They start off, Johnny Elias there, 3-2 count, gets a beautiful hit to right field. Irwin grounded to second base, error. First and second. Eddie Michon up the middle, finds a hole. We're looking at bases loaded, no outs. I go, here we go.
Wow.
Right, not the way to start off. Your game started with a grand slam. Now you got Nathan Zalta up, who played phenomenal.
Right.
Mhm.
He sack flies, 1 run scores. We throw to third. We hold the run at second.
Okay.
So we're playing textbook.
Okay.
softball.
1 run, you're happy.
We're happy. Next guy, Baraka, makes a ground out. We force outs, 2 outs. Louis Patech comes up, flies to center field. We're feeling phenomenal. 1-0.
Great.
Almost like a moral victory.
Yeah, with bases loaded, no
Bases
outs.
loaded, no outs. We're feeling great. Come on, let's get back in the dugout and let's start our bottom of the first. Jordy Ramel, who's been cold the last couple of weeks, after a torrid start, this guy was putting up MVP numbers, came back down to earth the last couple of weeks, and I think he would admit it. And I have a lot of respect for Jordy, but it wasn't his day. He flied out. Jackie Towel now ropes a single. Yours truly hits a single over right. He advances to third. We have first and third. Ralph Hannon sack fly. Next thing you know, it's 1-1. Going into a new game. Second inning. Let's start again. Feeling good. Second, third, and fourth innings. I'm not going to go through all the breakdown here. I'm going to just keep moving here. Maybe 7-8 errors. And again, if you know the way the Cardinals play, now I didn't watch your game. Cardinals hit a lot of balls the way softballs to be played. You always say, hit it hard and low. That's what they do. They hit the ball hard and low, and you got to make plays. So we didn't make the plays. Jordy made 2 errors. Jody LeBeau's made 2 errors. Victor Dweck made 2 errors. Kornman made an error. Louis Franco made a horrible throwing error that allowed 2 runs to score. We just had like about...
That's your whole roster almost.
Basically all but 3 players didn't make an error on team, and you're not going to win games like that. So if I told you we're going to have 11 errors in the game, all due respect, I mean, the Cardinals are good.
Right.
But you got to say that we lost the game more than Cardinals beat us. Now, I'm not... It's not sour grapes. It is what it is. But 11 errors in one game, you're not going to win that many games. I don't care who you are.
Not going to win any games.
And that's where Ralph playing well. So they did the job, hard and low. Got through, made us have to make plays. We didn't make the plays.
Right.
We're looking at it now, 6-1 going into the 5th. Now, I keep saying my favorite word, chip away. Let's chip away. We can't get 5 in the 7th, but let's get it to a 2-run game. Sure enough, Sammy's son, who played phenomenal, really he played very well this year. I have to admit, Sammy's son, my 12th round pick, really hit the ball well. He went 2 for 3 yesterday. I moved him up in the lineup to number 9.
Okay.
He led off with a hit. Nathan Batesh, base hit. Jordy, base hit.
Okay, the table's the set.
Right.
JT,
force out at third base. We have 1 out. I'm up, fly out to deep left, 2 outs.
Okay, now let me just set the stage for me. When JT was up, there was first and second?
When JT was up, there was first and second, correct. With 1 run in, it's now 6-2. Still nobody out.
And you got Jackie. He hits a ground ball to short?
He hits a ground ball to short.
Wow.
And they get him out at, I believe, third. And,
but bottom line, it sounds like...
They get it to John Eliezer, and I think he threw it to third, so now it's only first and second, I'm up. I fly out. We have still now first and second, 2 outs. Ralph Hannon comes up. He singles to center field. A run scores. Now it's 6-3.
Right.
Leo Pachota comes up, singles.
Oh, wow.
Now it's 6-4. Now we're feeling great.
Wow.
The stands are erupting. Now we have a shot. 6-4, 5th inning, still 2 more innings.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
Next guy.
You were in a better position than they were in their game, basically.
Correct. We're feeling
6-4,
good. I love it. 6-4. We're right back in. And that's all I wanted. Now all of a sudden, Victor Dweck comes up, out. Okay? So it's 6-4 going in. They tack on a run in the 6th inning, which was an insurance run.
Big.
We come in 6-1-2-3. We had 8-9. We had 7-8-9 coming up in the 6th. 10-1-2, and I'm batting third. So I said in the 6th inning, I'm saying, you know, if we can just get, I might be up there with the time run or Ralph Hannon. I like my chances. 1-2-3, 7-8-9 go out. 10 in the 7th inning, 10-1-2 go out, and I'm sitting on deck circle. Never get up.
Well, you know what? You were said that's Max Yadid.
But now,
taking control of that game right
I'm
there.
just about to say, you also have to give credit to Max Yadid, which I completely will give.
Now when you say 10-1-2, you got Jordy.
I'm sorry. We have Nathan Batesh, 10. I got Jordy 1. I got JT 2. Me 3. Hannon 4.
Not your typical 10-1-2.
But I did that on purpose. I knew in the late innings, I said I want my best hitters up. Some guys, you know, we always overplay that. You know, 1-2, set the table for 3-4. I said no. In softball, if we're gonna go late in the innings, I want my best plays to get up as many times as possible, and it almost worked out like that. Because I got Nathan Batesh, who's a leadoff hitter on some teams, batting 10th. I got Jordy. I got JT.
Okay, so basically it comes to an end for the Rockies.
Yes, we lose 7-4.
I think a lot of people in the league, were surprised over here because you guys were in first place the entire year. You got up to such a great start. The 1-1 after week 1, but then you strung off 8 in a row.
10 in a row.
10 in a row. What? Something crazy like that.
We were 11-1 before we lost.
But a lot of you guys on your team, I know quotes Nathan Batesh saying, we're too good at this point. You know, at 10-1 or whatever your record was, we're too good. We can't lose. This team is too good. JT in the 2nd round, Jordy in the 1st round, you, Ralph Hannon, we have everything, defense, offense. Maybe you guys got a little too overconfident in the regular season, and now in the playoffs, it's such a short series, you got to put your chips on the table and step up at that moment.
I don't think it was that. You got to remember, we played 3-6 baseball the last 9 games. So we really weren't playing Rocky baseball. But
what is Rocky baseball? The 10-1 or the 3-6?
No, listen. We came off on fire. We were playing well. We had Ralph Hannon. And pitching lights out. We had Jordy. And like Sammy's son said, Sammy's son said, you know what, it's a tough loss because we had 5 guys that are basically maybe all-stars at their position, with Jackie Tawil in center, Jordy at short, me at first, Ralph Hannon. I mean, Leo, we had guys that, 4 guys they can say arguably could be all-stars. So you're not going to get that kind of team maybe again. So when you have that kind of team, nothing but a championship is going to be successful for us. So
let's hear from one of your fans. We have Lisa from Denver on the phone. Lisa, how's it going tonight?
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
This is Lisa Batesh, Fan of the Year nominee, I believe.
Yep.
Here I am.
Mom of Nathan and wife of Steven.
What a season.
What a season, but
Lisa, who are you rooting for in the World Series? Did I ask?
Oh, come on, Chucky. You know I'm with you.
Okay. Because it's me, or not because of Steven and Nathan.
no,
I
she's
think.
with you.
She's with me. Okay.
Absolutely.
But Lisa, let's talk about your son Nathan. He was on the first place team all season, but
He played terrific. He played terrific. Great
Jimmy
kid.
Towell, what
Yep.
a coach.
what a coach! What makes him what a coach? What a good coach? What a bad coach? What is it?
Great coach.
Thank you, Lisa.
He had great energy. I think the last 2 games they just lost a little of their momentum, but they were an unbelievable team. I mean, wow, what a season! The Rockies were unbelievable.
Now, Lisa, were you watching the Nathan most of the day, or Steven at all?
Well, I watched Nathan in the beginning, but then their energy seemed to have been down. So then I switched to Steven
Right.
and got to see,
You got to see the big, walk-off hit by Steven to win that game, yes?
oh my gosh, wow.
Wow, how happy was he?
Very unexpected that game.
Yeah,
wow.
wow.
What a game to watch.
You can ask him for anything you want right now. I mean, he's on cloud 9.
Yeah.
You know what, the truth,
You have everything, and you need
a
it.
game, and all of a sudden, here comes Steven, and boom.
Boom.
I gotta assume.
Really something to see.
I gotta assume in your house, Nathan was trash talking Steven all year. Steven at one point was 4-8. Nathan at one point was 11-1. 10,
Right. Steven's team, guess what? In the beginning, I was watching Steven's team, and it got boring because they were so, they were the underdog. So then I switched to Nathan. And then I went back to Steven. I mean, it was what a season.
I heard you left Steven's game during the regular season because you said there's some old guy screaming at his team the whole game and you couldn't take it anymore.
What's she talking
I don't know who she was referring to. Some guy saying, don't run, don't throw, don't this.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Chucky?
I am.
Lisa, by the way,
Lisa, what do you got to say to that?
You know what, Chucky?
Yeah, tell me. Make it good.
You're awesome. Your son Jack is awesome. Oh, I forgot about that time.
Yeah. So let's forget it. We don't have to bring that up on the air. There was a game where Steven didn't show, and we put Bawabe at first, and he played outstanding. And Jack kind of alluded to Lisa that Steven could stay home next week. But he was being.
I never repeated it to Steven, and I'm glad.
Lisa.
Breaking news!
Lisa. He was joking, honey. We love Steven. We wouldn't trade him for anybody. And now that we have Nathan, and now that we have you, we'll go all the way.
I can't wait, guys.
Okay.
I will not wait. My week is. I'm waiting to see when you're gonna have those games. My week is gonna be all about those games. So thank you so much for giving me a great season.
And
my husband and my son.
And Lisa,
and thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the kind words. And I have to say that playing with your son was really a treat for me. I enjoyed playing with him. Great kid, bright future, and he's only going to get better and better. So I love to play with him again.
Thank you, Sammy. Thanks so much, Chucky and Norman.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I'll see you at the
Let me
field.
just clarify. Was she saying old man, or you were saying old man?
I called you an old man, but then she brought up the Jack Abady.
Jackie's father.
Jack Abady.
Right.
Yeah, she doesn't take too much to comedy, obviously.
I guess not.
No. Too many laughs in the.
Are you still
in
known
that
as
hustle.
Jackie's father in this league, or Chucky Abady, or Chucky? Or is it
Well, how do you
Chucky's son?
refer to me, Sammy?
I think it's Jack as Chucky's son. To be honest with you.
Okay, so that shows you where you are, baby.
All right, so there you go. Now we say goodbye to the Rockies. Unfortunately,
Yes,
Sammy,
tough.
sorry to see you go.
Yep.
And then there were 2, as they say.
Right.
Who would have thunk the St. Louis Cardinals, this team who
Seeded
squeaked
what?
into the playoffs,
Seeded what? 6?
seeded
7 and 5.
8 and 10 record.
Got in with a 1-game playoff.
Yes,
Seeded
8 and
7.
10.
Not even with a
8 and
one-game
10.
playoff.
Who would have thought this team would be in the World Series? And I got to tell you, they have such a laid-back attitude. There's no rules on that team. Get there when you want. Game started, no big deal. Don't worry, we'll get you in.
Guys are trickling in a minute before the game.
Right, unbelievable that this and
bringing dogs to the game.
Yeah, dogs.
anything goes. But very quietly, Max Yedid is putting up good numbers.
Yes,
He's not
you gotta
putting
give him
up
credit. You
any
gotta give
big
him
numbers at all.
You gotta give him
And
credit.
this World Series game, from what I'm hearing, is an epic classic.
Classic game.
0-0 all the way. Al, if you want to come in, you can.
Room for me?
Yes.
Alright,
We'll
I'll
make
water
a
bottle.
four-man
Microphone.
booth. Sammy,
Yeah,
stay.
Sammy, stay in the.
Okay.
But Chucky, let's start it from your perspective over here.
Okay,
from the
so-
Untouchables.
So first of all, there was a little bit of a damper on the the game, the Abady Dweck scoring play, obviously.
Yes.
Abady Dweck slid into we're bringing litigation against the township, the league, you yourself personally.
Okay, me.
Albert is also named
Always.
because home plate was for several weeks. It's been a death trap. It's kind of elevated right in the corner where we're telling the players you've got to slide.
Right.
They got to slide into this spike, so to speak, in the. So anyway, Abady Dweck on that play at the plate injures his ankle somewhat severely. We call Hatzalah, but it's clear that AB is out for the duration.
Right.
That being said, we're thinking we
So
can
now
only
you're
bring
down
in
to
a
9.
pitcher.
You're
We're down to 9.
Okay.
We are miscalculating that we can only bring in a pitcher. Albert informs me, much to his credit, you now have 9 players. You're entitled to a middle round replacement.
Correct.
Because you're missing 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
Just to put it on the record, because a lot of people like to compare situations when they want to get replacements, things like that. The only time you're allowed to get a replacement ever in the playoffs is 2 situations. 1, when your pitcher's missing, and 2, when you have 3 players missing and you're down to 9. And you had both of those
We
situations.
had both of them. It
So
was
you're
a
entitled to a
Safek
replacement.
Kat.
Okay. So you had a choice of
opposite,
which
there was
which
no
thing you
doubt.
wanted to use, right?
Right. So we kind of were leaning maybe towards Amaya Safdie as the pitcher, and then Albert said, "Well, you don't have to go with the pitcher. You could also go with the position player." We had Jackie Bawabe, who's been 5-1 in his 6 starts for us. Abraham Haber was an option. We just beat him, and we have Jackie on the team. But also, we wanted somebody who was kind of like at the field or had a kind
Was
of
Meyer
a horse in the race.
Safdie?
Meyer Safdie had been approved. He was at the field in street clothes.
Street club, but he would go.
Stephen Batesh comes to me and says, my son Nathan just lost with the Rockies, and we could pick him up.
Okay.
And we needed our right fielder. Of course, Abady Dweck was our right fielder. We
Jack
needed a
Abady
third
could probably
baseman.
go out there.
Well, that's what the story was. So the thing would be move Jack to right field where he'd be more comfortable. Nathan is kind of a lockdown third baseman.
Sure.
And leave Bawabe on the mound.
It makes your outfield much better. It makes your infield better. It makes your whole defense better.
Yeah,
I think it was a smart move.
I think it's a great.
Right,
move.
and we got to keep.
Very
And we wanted to
smart
keep the. And we wanted to keep the mound in Bawabe's territory. So
Right, and it gives and it gives Bawabe confidence that you
Correct.
guys can
Right.
had so
I mean,
many
there's no doubt now.
opportunities
Right.
to get a different pitcher.
And he was willing, by the way. He says right away, World Series, you want me? I'll play short center.
Right.
I mean, the guy's just too good
Who's
to be
this?
true.
Who's
Jackie
this? Too good to be
Bawabe.
true.
Oh,
I
wow.
was talking to Jackie Bob after the semifinal win. He was telling me how he was flying high, that he led you guys through the playoffs of the World Series. So I was hoping secretly that you would have him on the mound for the World Series game 1
Right.
because he was flying high. He had all the momentum.
Well,
He
you were
was
the one that
willing-
emailed me respect when we came to the fact
Right.
that, I think the committee was very happy in the earlier stages against Helter Skelter when we chose not to go with the replacement pitcher but to use Jackie.
Yeah.
I mean, each one of them to a man said, glad you're going with your own guy. He deserves it.
It's better. It's more
It's
real.
better.
And he's on your roster.
And he's on our roster, no question. And he's been, a great teammate the whole season.
Okay,
From
so
a psychological standpoint, I think even if the pitcher you get as a replacement is a physically better pitcher, I
Right.
think the person who's on the team, like a Bawabe, is more motivated to win
For
the
sure,
game.
for
They're on
sure.
the team.
He's got-
the other guy's
uh,
coming as a favor. He doesn't.
He's got chips in the game.
okay, so now we have a ball game to be played. Both
Okay.
teams are on a high. They
Right.
both just won decisive
Right.
game 3s.
Right.
And now we have 0-0, 0-0, 0-0.
Now is that a pitching duel? Is it real,
Okay,
or are the
so-
teams are not hitting? Are they
No,
tired?
teams are
fatigued?
hitting and plays are being made all over the
Offensive
place.
plays all day.
Much, different than, let's say, the Astro game or the quality. Balls are being hit all over the place,
Making plays.
making plays. So I'll give you a couple of just quick ones. First inning, they come up with first and second. On the play at first and second, by the way, they have a man on first. They get a base hit to right field where Jack Abady is. He's going to show off the arm. He throws wide of third. They don't go to third, but the throw is going to be in the dugout.
Okay.
Jackie Bawabe is backing up.
Wow.
Like Leo Casson always does, right?
Like we've been yelling at him since they were 11 years old. Back up. If you got nothing else to do, he backs up and just ball goes between his legs and he just like holds on to it.
Wow.
So they have first and second, no outs.
Big play.
Save the run.
Eddie Michon, saved the run, second and third, a whole fiasco, you know.
But still less than 2 outs?
There's nobody out.
Nobody
Nobody
out.
out first and second.
That's Cardinal baseball.
Okay. So now Eddie Michon's up, and we have Mark Blaha positioned to the second base side of short center.
Okay.
Okay, short center.
For Michon.
Hard smash up the middle, much to the ones that you guys were experiencing. But Mark Blaha comes up with the ball, steps on second, and does what, Sammy?
Throws to first.
No, he throws to third.
Amazing. That was an incredible play.
And he
With
takes
me.
him out.
Take
He's
him out.
coming from the
Out by-
second
out by
base
3
side of
seconds away.
second
Wow.
to the second base
wow,
bag.
that's unconventional.
So he's facing third, and he's got the leadoff hitter. Who's their leadoff hitter? It's John Eliezer.
Yeah, John Eliezer.
He throws to third to Stephen Batesh, who's got the bag guarded 4 feet out.
Nathan Batesh,
Nathan
yeah.
Batesh tags him out, and they got a man on first with 2 outs.
Wow.
I mean, classic play.
Classic
And
play.
things
So
like
you
that play,
score
was-
that.
you could tell Mark Braha knew from before the play. It wasn't like an
He
improvisational
just
thing. He
smooth
knew
as
from
silk,
before.
and they're not a hard throw. The runner's in the way. He lobs it over the guy's head. The guy was nowhere.
Mark knew before the play what he was going to do.
Okay, so.
Okay, so in the bottom half of the first, we start out with first and second, nobody out.
Yeah.
We got a walk to Chira, maybe a base hit to Jackie Haber.
By the way, not to divert too much, but we have not heard a lot about Joe Chira at all in
No,
the playoff
very
run.
quiet.
It's
so
like
Joe,
a non-factor.
Yeah,
Joe
you don't get it, yeah.
Joe Chira this week was big. He
Yeah.
had a series of hits, 3 hits on the day. He made a great play in left center field on Joey Bawabe, which could have been a home run off his brother and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He's been quiet, and probably deferring to 2 loudmouths on the team.
Okay.
It's tough to get, a word edgewise. Gave us a very serious, team talk before the World Series. So he's been there.
Okay.
He's really awakened in the last couple of games. So we're anxious because if he plays Joe Chira ball,
Now all of a sudden you have a
now
first
you
round
got a
pick
first
on the
round
team.
pick leading
Right.
off the game. Jack Abady's up with first and second, no outs in the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
Gaps one to right center, which is looking like double, triple, 2 runs in. Erwin Cohen lays out.
Yep, Irwin did the same exact thing.
He's been laying out the last
Yeah.
4 or 5 games.
He did
So
it
this is
against
what
the Astros
Eddie
in the
Michon's
game
been
3.
touting him as better than this, better than that the whole year.
Right.
And kudos to Irwin. Very unassuming. You wouldn't even know that he made the play. Very different kind of personality than some of the other guys that lay out, like my son.
Right.
He's not spiking any balls. He's not
The
spiking any
base.
bases. But he's just walking off like he's done it a million
His
times.
son also, when he lays out and catches it, stays down for a little bit, makes sure
Stays down
everyone
for the count.
sees that
Yeah.
he's down. Right.
Well, photo op.
Yes, exactly.
We go to about the 3rd or 4th inning. They have the bases loaded and 2 outs. And there's a duck to the Bermuda Triangle in right center.
Okay.
Jackie Haber back to the infield. AKA
What a
1954.
postseason this guy is having.
Sammy, he lays out and tumbles backwards, makes the play. It's a 10 on
How many outs were there?
2 outs, bases loaded.
Wow.
Everybody's running on
0-0. Bottom of the
0-0.
5th, 0-0.
Wow.
Now this is the play everyone is talking about until we get to the 7th.
Well, there's another play
Yeah.
that he makes though
In the bottom of the 6th.
in the bottom of the 6th with the bases loaded.
It's loaded
with
2 outs again.
And there's a rocket hit between first and second.
Grounder. Ground ball.
Ground ball. Now he's a lefty. At
Yes.
second, so it's
Which
his
is
back
weird,
end.
yeah.
He dives to the backhand.
Okay, right.
And prone on his stomach, throws to first to preserve the nothing once again.
I was had the pleasure of being demoted to scorekeeper for the game.
Good.
/ fan, and I have to say it was probably, I told Norman, one of the best games I think I've ever seen in the YMSL playoffs in the 10 years I've been working here. Bases loaded 2 outs. I thought that ball got through. That ball was hit so hard, that ground ball. I thought it got through. I was already hitting single on Game Changer. Jackie Haber kind of
Did
came
you
out
hit
of
single?
nowhere.
Did you score the hit?
Did you score?
I was already starting to hit ball and play. I was starting the process. Usually I wait till
We don't
the
want to demote you again.
No, no.
You didn't score
No.
it. Okay.
I just scored
What
it.
does that
I
mean in
went
the
back.
process? You just like
I was
moving your
ready
finger?
to do it. I said,
Like
I
4
said,
or 5 items you got
I said,
touched.
it's a single. It's a
4 or 5
single.
items.
Let me start. Okay, let me start scoring. Let me
okay.
save some time. All of a sudden, I see Jackie Haber flipping it to first.
Yeah.
Full extension dive on the ground, backhanded play. He saved about 4 runs.
4 runs.
Now, what round did he go? Do you remember what
Incredible
round he went?
I
Was
wanna
he a
say
late
11.
round? Was
I
he
think it was
11?
the 10th round.
Was
I think
he
it was
really?
10th, yeah.
You know what
Wow.
happened? He
He was
came onto
injured.
the
He was injured.
book with a broken wrist.
Right,
Right.
so he's going to miss
Now
on
he played
top
with
a
me
lot.
last year. We were willing at the 10th round. This kid's
Take
still
a
on
shot.
the board to say 6 games. We had Adam Marshall who filled in comparable,
Right.
very well at that
So you
point.
stole him in the 10th round.
Stole in the 10th round.
Let
The
me
guy
ask you a
is,
question. Maurice Haber,
Yes. How come? Yeah.
his biggest gripe about Nathan Tawil
Right.
as a captain was that he can't pick a good team. That's what he said on the air. He said, isn't a big part of being a captain picking a team? This is his own son. You got a guy that's playing a huge role in every win you guys have. This is his own son. How can he not
Yeah, I'm
take it?
surprised he didn't take him.
It's like you passing
10
over your
rounds.
own
Yeah,
son.
no, 10 rounds.
Ten times.
I'll tell you why.
That
Because
must be a reason.
Jackie Haber wanted to play in the league very badly. Didn't know how much time he was going to miss. And I know he was kind of underestimating how much time he would miss, telling everybody, I think it's going to be 4 games. I think it's going to be 6 games. Nobody
in
knew
the
the
10th
real...
round, Albert. In the 10th round, you got your son.
Yeah.
Maurice
Come
Haber
on.
knew the real diagnosis. He was scared he was going to be out for 2-3 months.
I think Haber. I think Haber wanted to draft
Maurice
him.
Haber knew the real diagnosis. No one else.
But he didn't
knew.
miss that kind of time. He
But
was
he thought he might have.
Yeah, but
he
if you
didn't know the
missed
real
2-3
diagnosis.
months, why
He didn't
would
miss
you join
2-3
the
months.
line?
Because he wanted to
I
join, he
spoke
thought he
to
had
Jack-
hope to
we
recover.
called
He had
Jackie
hope to
before the
recover.
pick.
Passover was 2 weeks.
We pulled
He thought
Jackie
he could
before the
pull it
week,
off.
the pick, and he didn't come back 100% when he first came back, but I'll take him at 70%. That being said,
Perhaps Jackie, in a
Didn't wanna.
scheme, gave Maurice the real diagnosis.
Maybe,
and
maybe.
don't take me.
I don't want to play my
I don't want to be
father.
on
I
your
want to
team.
grow him
I'll
out.
tell you something. I had a little issue with Maurice in the 7th inning of the game.
Okay.
In that
Conspiracy theories.
he was spending his entire game on the Jeffrey Sackett bench.
Yes, which I thought you should be thrilled with.
Okay, I was thrilled, but I got a little fed up. I mean, I know Abraham Haber hit the grand slam,
Right.
but after Jackie Haber tripled, and to make it, 7-5 man on third, Jack Abady up.
Right.
I just wanted to know why Maurice was still on Sackett's bench and should at least give equal time to Jackie.
Now, I got to say, I was shocked that in the mid all this mayhem, you cared when Maurice, an eliminated captain,
7-5,
where
20.
he's standing.
Okay, so let me tell you like this. Do you remember when Joe Montana reached into the huddle and said, John Candy, the 2-minute warning, he said, John Candy's in the upper deck.
Okay.
I'm aware how much time Lisa spent by that game. How much, what Labo thinks happened in the play at the plate.
You're aware of
where
that,
Maurice
right.
is. We had Hall of Famers Lee Madelon,
Bobby Caston.
Barbie Casson, Red Nessa,
Wow.
Eddie Beta
Wow.
at the game.
Wow.
Eddie Beta and Lee Madelon on the Jack Abady sprint around. They, since Willie Mays in '54, they were like 25 at that time
Against the Indians.
against the Indians.
Against the Indians.
That kind of thing. So, I'm aware, and you can't not be
bothered
aware
you.
of Maurice.
Okay, yeah.
And it did bother me.
You know more than anybody. Maurice, even though he's eliminated, he's not actually eliminated. Last year, you see him in the video.
In the
captaining
Pirates.
Who
Yeah.
knows what he was doing to the Brooklyn
He
Dodgers?
can't get the
captaining them.
softball out of
Yeah,
his
that's
veins.
true.
No, but he has a son on each team.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm not
I see-
faulting him for being with Abraham, but he's got a son on
No,
each
I'd be
team.
watching as a neutral fan, hoping both kids do well.
So I wanted him to give a little love
But
to
that was
Jackie.
that was in the
That's not
semifinals.
bad.
So you screamed to Maurice, what are you standing there? He came to your
He
side.
came like a little bit, he was embarrassed because
Right.
there was 700,000 people watching.
Right.
Came to our side, and the rest is history. And then he wants to celebrate with us, of course. I don't know. Didn't have any of that.
Now, is
Back to the
Jackie
series.
Haber a natural second baseman, or that's where you put him?
No,
or
so
what?
you got to see
But
Jackie
he's a
Haber
lefty.
play the outfield. We have him in BP. We had a couple of BPs on Friday.
Right.
You have enough outfielders.
Jackie Haber, though, he's like a natural outfielder. I mean, this kid could play. Obviously, he's not going to play short or third, but he's played short center. He can play second. He can play any of the 3 outfielder positions.
He can play the outfield.
Yeah, he can play the outfield.
How's his arm? Do you know?
He's got a great arm.
He has a good arm.
Got
I
a
know
great
that.
sense. He got
Okay.
great on the
Back to
relay.
World Series.
Okay,
now-
so segue quickly to the 6th inning.
Okay.
Okay, 6th inning of a nothing game.
Scoreless. Unbelievable.
Scoreless. We 10-1-2 coming up.
Top 7. This is top 7.
Bottom 6.
Bottom 6.
Bottom 6. I'm leading off, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So they're never going to walk me. They're not going to walk me. I'm looking at the first pitch, and I lace a base hit to center field.
Beautiful.
Great start.
Start the inning. When we get the 10 guy on with Joe Chira coming
You should
up.
look into patenting that. Lace.
David Graca later said, I know you have that shot. I
No,
should
you
have
have,
played
no,
over
you have
there.
a lays over second
That's your
base.
shot.
There's not many openings for me. Sammy Tawil has like 9 options when he gets on.
Right.
He can go over the right field,
Because they got to play him deep. Also.
down the left
Yeah,
field
yeah.
line, in the left center field gap, over second base. Me, I have like 9 guys in the infield.
I hear
and
you.
4 guys in the outfield. They play like 13 against
Trust
me.
me. I know.
So you know what it is. You hit it on a screws, nice shot. They're
So was
playing
it over
quickly.
second base? Right over
Right
second
over
base?
second
Okay.
base.
Man on
No one's
first.
I don't think he's catching if he's playing right up the middle, but man on first, no out.
0-0. I got to assume they're pinch running.
They're
here.
running, of course, Nathan Batesh.
Okay,
Okay,
good. Nice
beautiful.
speed. Good speed
Nice.
on the bases.
Joe Cheer is up.
Good.
Hard ground ball, You'll ask John Eliezer. I should have been playable. Gets through, and it's going to be on a rug burner to left. They're going to throw to third, and Shearer's going to trail the throw into second.
So second and third.
Second and third, no outs.
So wait. Ground to left field. There's no play at third. A short throw like that to third.
Not so short because Joe Shearer's up. They're playing somewhat deep.
No. Batesh is rounding second to go to third.
Right.
The ball was to left field.
The ball was not between. It was not between short and third. It was between short and short center.
So who picked up the ball? Left fielder.
Left fielder picks it up, but he's got to come
that
in
way.
and over.
Okay.
He throws to third.
Okay.
But you got
Okay, so now
first
second
line.
and third.
Second and third, Jackie Haber up.
Right.
And we're not mincing around. He's got a bunch of patented shots that he's capable. Jackie, drive it to the right side, takes the first strike that he sees, hits a deep fly to right.
That's all you got to do.
They both tag.
Right.
Then on third, 1-0. Jack Abady's up.
Okay.
Okay, he's not seeing any pitches at this point.
No, I
Okay, so it's
him.
first and third. They walk him. And now we have Jaime Shama up.
Okay.
A little bit of an issue on this at bat. I won't, knock Jaime too much, but
What did
he
he
hits
do?
a line drive towards Joey Bawabe at second, which is not caught, but it's short hopped.
Okay.
Joey Bawabe goes to second. They throw to first, and unbelievably, almost punch out Jaime Shama, who wasn't really running on the play.
Wow.
Okay, this is World Series now. 1-0 ball game at this time. You can't
You can't double up. You want the run to score.
So Jaime's contention was, I thought it was a line drive out.
Okay.
I'm not cutting him any slack.
You're not?
I don't care what you think. We're not paying him to think. Certainly, we didn't have to pay him too much if we were just paying him to think. With Jaime, it's another issue. If I move him over, it's short, and he makes an error, don't ever tell me where to play.
Right.
Hard hitting media.
Everything is, a play. He made the great play in the first game where I told you what to play at the plate, but he wasn't hitting. He wasn't really getting the ball out of the infield. The least he's got to do is bust his butt.
That's
The
it.
guy at 60 can run on a pop up to the pitcher.
And you were safe.
He can at least run on this. And if he got punched out,
That
and a
would
lot
be
of times
trouble.
they punch you out because you didn't run.
Correct.
Or they punch you out because you didn't slide.
Wow.
You're right.
But he
You're
was
Right.
safe.
He
The
was
run
safe.
scores
So they're yelling at me,
2-0.
leave him alone, he was safe. At which point, I pinch run for him.
Wow, this is amazing.
I have pinch runners, it's the sixth inning.
This is Billy Martin.
I don't want to see him.
You didn't
Wow.
even really notice that he wasn't running until after somebody
Well,
said
how could
something.
how could the play be that close?
Because Chucky's coaching third, and you can't really see the person running
No.
for first. And Chucky hears, "What do you mean you didn't run, Albert?
Jack
who's the last batted out?"
Jack
Off the
Abady
field.
yells, I almost took the throw in my face going down to second, and you're not running?
Right.
At which
Okay.
point I said to Jaime, you're not out of the game. I'm not Reggie Jacksoning him.
No, he's the straw that stirs the drink. And you are Billy Martin. You are taking him. I mean, he hasn't been pinch run for. And,
Yeah, but you made a
No, but a
precedent.
lot of times,
Right,
you know,
so, yeah, you made
look,
a
if you don't
precedent.
want to run, you don't have to run. We'll get somebody that's willing to
I
run the
see.
bases at this point.
So I guess the runner is.
So
he hit the sack
he
fly.
has a little what to say to me, and don't ever
Oh, yeah.
move me out of position at short.
Otherwise, he'll demand the
Sure,
trade to
got
most
that.
teams.
Right, and I say,
Who's it, Joe? Who hit the sack fly?
Jackie Haber.
So Jackie Haber
He's
is
on
the
first.
runner.
All right, so a little, yeah.
I wonder what would happen if a slow guy was the last.
No, the
batter.
runner was Mark. The runner was.
No, you must have somebody fast. You're not
Jackie Haber.
proving any points in the World
Okay,
Series.
so 2-0.
No, at which point when I'm having the confrontation, I closed all talk when I told him at least hit the damn ball out of the infield. Because as you recall, with Jack Abady on second, he popped up to second. Which in his book
So
was
it's a
a
little
deep
history.
attack fly.
Right.
Right.
We're going back and forth. We love each
He
other.
also went down looking in that game. The previous, he
Look.
didn't have a good day. He did not have a good day. He's a great hitter.
I don't need Jaime. Jaime's very hard on himself. He holds himself to a very high standard. He was a nominee for the MVP.
Right.
He's entitled to an off day. He presses way too much in a lot of instances. He's very concerned, of his pecking order on the team. He's a great defensive shortstop. He got my vote for Gold Glove this year. He makes every
Yeah,
play.
he played a great year.
He
He
hit
had a great year.
450.
Uh-huh.
You have an off day. It's softball. It's baseball. You
Right.
got a couple of pitches.
Your issue is you gotta run. It's the
There's
World
no-
Series.
I can't.
Come on.
I don't care if it's game one. I'm
Right.
honest with you.
But-
You're only being asked to run 3 times a game.
Yeah.
Just bust it a little bit.
A little Kyle Bahom there.
Little
It's
Kyle
in his
Bahom.
World Series. And
Yeah.
So now it's
Yeah.
2-0. It's 2-0 right now.
2-0. They're out of the inning, and
Yeah.
they're coming up with 7, 8, and 9.
Okay.
7, 8, and 9 in the top of the 7th.
So now it's 3 outs away.
3 outs away. 7, 8, 9.
So next
possibly
thing you
10.
know, it's 3 outs away.
So 7 and 8 go down quietly. We got a pop up in the infield, a line
Okay.
drive fly ball to the outfield. We're 1 out away with
All
the 9 hitter.
looking good. Yeah.
With the 9 hitter.
9 hitter. 9 hitter gets a single.
Ariel Beavis. I see it. Loop single.
I believe it's the 10 hitter at this point. We
Same
have him
trend.
like 0 and 2.
Wow.
I'm set up on the outside.
Was Jeffrey
No,
Sacker
no,
there to
who was
announce
that?
where you
No,
are?
this didn't happen yet. This didn't happen.
When
yet.
did that happen?
That happened when the bases loaded.
No.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. 100 Irwin.
Owen Cohen?
Sam Schramm got up with the runner on first.
Okay.
What did he do?
He hit had a ground ball hit that went through between third and short.
Clean hits. And then
So
John
you might-
Eliezer
Eliezer's
followed.
up. All of a sudden,
so now you got Eliezer up with two outs.
This went from a no game to a game.
Eliezer
Wow.
goes also between short and third.
Now bases
And
loaded
they
for
don't
Irwin.
send anybody, they hold them.
All right, so wait a minute. So now you got bases loaded, 2 outs. You're up 2-0, and you got Irwin Cohen up at the plate.
Okay, so
Try to tell me who the runner is on second base if you don't
Was
know.
that
Sam
pinch
Schramm.
runner? Pinch runner?
They may have pinch run him. It was
Okay.
Sam
I'm
Schramm,
going to tell you the one on first is John
Maybe
Eliezer.
Mino
I'm
Dweck.
really worried
Mino Dweck, wow.
about he's A.B. Dweck, and here I
I
see.
believe it might have been
walk-off.
Maybe Isaac.
It might have been Isaac.
But
Mino.
John Elliott can't move. He can only go.
No,
one
but they're going to
base.
get a hit. They're scoring. If they get a gap in now from Irwin,
Yeah.
Eliezer is not going to really. He's going to be tough to hold.
Wow, what drama from a 2-0 game that
Wow.
was
So
loaded
if
2 outs.
Albert's scenario is right, they get ahead of him 0-2.
Okay,
Try.
I set up on the outside about a good 12 inches off the plate.
okay,
And Buwabe proceeds to throw one just to my left, about 6 inches off the plate,
okay.
which I don't catch.
Uh-huh. So now they're killing you. Catch the ball,
Not only are
Chucky.
they killing me, but the umpire says, that one's on you.
Keep in mind, Jackie Bob is already celebrating strike 3.
Okay.
Thought it was strike, no, but not in a bad way. I thought it was strike 3 also.
You know,
It doesn't look good when you don't catch it. When you
It
don't catch
doesn't look
it,
good when you don't
they wanna
slide.
punch
It
you
doesn't
out.
look good when you don't
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
it. But if he's at the All's Bay, as they say,
Yeah.
to say it's on you, so punch him out. I don't have to
Right.
catch the ball.
Right.
Nah,
Not a
but you
third
know
strike.
what? They don't call that third strike.
Okay,
It doesn't look
and they
good.
didn't do it to Sack a couple of times when
All
this
right,
catcher
but-
wasn't
okay, so
catching.
now it's still
So
1-2.
now I'm like,
now
oh my
1-2.
God, here we go.
Yeah.
The next pitch. Now, I have also taken the opportunity. Jack Abady was playing Irwin very close to the line and right.
Okay.
And he doesn't really take the coaching too well.
Mm-hmm.
But I implored him to move a little bit to the right center field gap.
Okay.
And the guy proceeds to gap one. It's going to be a walk-off.
It was a high pitch, and Irwin just got it early.
And Jack made one of the
ripped it.
did to Irwin Cohen what Irwin Cohen did to him in the first inning, which was
Really?
lay out. This time to
Really?
the backhand side,
Wow.
full extension.
Wow.
Horizontal in the air, full extension. Dunk
Wow,
catch.
wow.
Right. And the game
Unbelievable.
ends with that. And the game ends with that.
So, I gotta say, your team is just finding different ways to win these games.
Yes.
Clean games, sloppy games, high scoring, low scoring, this pitcher, that pitcher. It's amazing. Your team is just
Now,
on some sort of a
Jack
roll.
ran a stat by me before I got to the show saying that in Game 3, in the clinching game against the Dodgers, every batter in the lineup had either an RBI or a run scored. No one did not fill that run scored. If you scored
Something.
one,
Everyone
you
had-
had something. 3 RBIs for Buwabe, an RBI
2
for
runs for
myself,
this guy, whatever.
1 run for this guy. So all 10 guys contributed in some fashion.
And
to
you
the game.
guys did not lead
Till
that
the-
whole game
till
till
the
you
final
won.
Before I go back to behind the scenes, there's a couple quick things. Sentiment to the Untouchables pitching and defense. Jackie Buwabe did not get nervous. The Cardinals had the bases loaded with 2 outs. 5th
Gotta
inning,
give him credit.
6th inning, 7th inning. That's 9 left on base in the last 3 innings of a World
At
Series
the
game.
same
and Jackie
time-
Buwabe was on lockdown mode.
At the same time, though, the Cardinals have to, at some point, they're thinking
You gotta get
someone's
through.
got to get a big hit at some
And-
point.
And Jackie
Well,
Haber with 2
I got
huge
news
plays.
here. There were 3 stellar plays. It's not
Right.
like they didn't give themselves like they skied out the left.
They got good hits.
They got a great play by Jackie, and Jack.
Twice. Jack,
And
Jack,
we
Jack.
say defense wins championships,
Exactly.
right?
Untouchable could have easily lost 9-2.
Big plays and big spots.
But you also have to
And
credit
I'm
Matt.
sure they're going to get their confidence by saying, we got 9 hits, we had opportunities, we got to hit the ball 6 inches to the left or 6 inches to the right, and we win that game.
Well,
So,
Michon doesn't
They're
win
not
game
done.
ones anyway. He
Right,
says,
right.
this
He like-
year my team does everything the hard way.
Right.
Because we lost game 1 against the Astros. We lost. Did he lose game 1?
Yes,
game
us,
2?
game 1 to us.
Lost game 1 to you definitely.
No, he won game 1 against the
Okay,
Astros.
because
He
we
lost
do
game
nothing
2.
easy. They
but
needed to
but
play
against
games.
us, we beat him, and then he needed to win the game to get into the playoff.
Right.
So he won that, then he won the playoffs,
So
then he won.
their
So
team
they can
won
be a
the
team
hard
of
way.
destiny too.
No, they also have they're a team to be contenders.
Yeah, so
I mean,
somebody-
7 seed, say what you want, 8 and 10. They're not playing 8 and 10.
No.
No, they're
definitely
definitely clicking right
No,
now,
they are
and
clicking.
Now
they,
to go to those streaks, by the way, when Sammy was alluding to his 3 and 6 finish, we being the Untouchables have played 2 12-game seasons right now. The
4
first
and
one was
8.
4 and 8, and the second one's been 10 and 2.
Wow.
Wow.
10 and 2, and 6 of those, 5 and 1 of that with Leo, and 5 and 1 of that with Jackie.
I gotta think. I don't know where Leo is, but I think if he's in Fireman's West, he's still not walking on the mound. If he's
I don't know about that.
Not that Jackie.
We said he could walk on the mound if he wants to, before the game.
Right.
I mean, we said he could walk on the mound,
But Jackie Bawaba is not blowing anybody away by any stretch either. I don't want to,
We have a
but
little
he's getting the job done.
we have a little bit of a mojo going with Jackie, and certainly it seems, this is not a knock on Leo by any stretch, but the team seems to just play with a little more intensity defensively when Jackie's on the mound. I mean, they just seem to come up with play after play after play. And we've won all style of games with Jackie. He's pitched 2 shutouts. He's pitched a shutout in the World Series. He pitched a shutout against Helter Skelter. He only gave up 3 walks. He didn't walk anybody with the bases loaded. So he's just come up game after game.
Okay.
You can say the same thing about the Cardinals and the same thing about the Untouchables. Both teams have a very a lot of camaraderie, very, very together. And I think the reason the Untouchables have that, one of the reasons, is rallying behind Bawaba the last 2 games. Everyone it's a team. Cardinals, the same thing. I'm happy to see both teams in the World Series because the Cardinals, the young team, everybody, you see the camaraderie on the bench. You see the talk. You see everyone's having fun together. And the same thing with your team.
That comes with winning. When you start winning, there's a lot of camaraderie. Indians have camaraderie. We have. Winning does that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the predictions.
Let's get to the predictions.
Go back behind the camera.
All right, fine. Chucky, we'll start with you. We need a World Series winner, but we also need to know how long it's going to take you to do this. Is it going to be 3, 4, or 5? Because I know you're taking the Untouchables.
Yeah, of course we're taking the Untouchables. And
now, are you playing Friday? So we tell the viewers, are we playing Friday? Do you know?
Do we have it
scheduled to be announced?
To be announced.
Very soon. Okay.
It's to be announced. We tried to clear the calendar to see what who's available. And we seem to be available for a Friday game.
Okay.
Be 1 game or 2.
Okay.
We'll let the commissioner decide on that. I don't want to come off disrespectful for the Cardinals.
Okay.
I'm a hot team. I'm not going to concede. Maurice kind of gave his prediction back in the day where I'll give him a game, we'll win in 3. I don't believe in any of that.
He was almost right.
Yeah, he was almost
right.
right.
He did go 3.
I'm going with 3 also like Maurice did, but I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to say we're going to take it. Each game is, I don't want to give the Cardinals a game because I know how dangerous they could be.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be comfortable up 2-0. I'm not comfortable up 1-0. And I'm looking to just get it done as quickly as possible.
There you go. You guys are very, very close. Sammy, what do you think? You played the Cardinals. You know them better than any of us here.
Yes, and listen, they're playing also. They're gelling at the right time. They're a team with destiny as well. I mean, you have 2 teams right now that are just playing great softball.
How'd you do against the Cardinals in the regular season?
We beat them twice. We swept them.
And the
Untouchables? Untouchables, we lost to.
And that's when you were also playing. I mean, I thought that.
No, that's when we lost.
You were 10-2.
We were 11-1.
You were 10-2.
11-1.
I'm going to differ on it because you were 10-2 when you played Helter Skelter.
We were 9-1, and then we swept Helter Skelter to go 11-1.
Okay.
Okay, we were 11-1 going into your thing.
So that might have been the beginning.
Yes, right there. That's where we started. Right there. Yeah.
Okay, so you played both teams.
So I played. Both teams are good. They're both gelling at the right time of the year.
Yeah.
You got to remember also. You won 2-0, but you got to give credit also to Max Yadid. Obviously, he beat us. He only 2-0.
He only gave us 5 hits.
Right. So not much
mention about Max had 2 of them.
Right.
But he only gave us 5 hits.
So any team, Max right now is pitching very well. Any team with that kind of pitch on the mound is going to give their team a chance. You guys are playing phenomenal. You seem to, like Norman said, find ways to win. Eddie Michon, their infield, Eddie Michon and Johnny Alesi on their right side is phenomenal. I think Eddie, just like Jack Abady, is playing tremendous third base. Center fielder Erwin Cohen coming to his own. A.B. Cohen's brother used to be his baby brother. I think now Erwin made a name for himself, and he's phenomenal in center field. Right now, I see this series going 5.
Wow.
I really do. I think that was the first. That was a preview. This first game of what's to come. I think again, if Leo Caston is back, not that he's a game changer, but it's nice to also have Leo on the mound because he pitched hitting against us. And you have Jack Bawaba. You have luxury of 2 pitchers. But I see this going 5, and I see Untouchables winning in 5. I see it, but it's going to be a great series, like Albert said, and that's what YMSL softball is all about. So I see Untouchables in 5.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think Leo comes into play in this prediction. I don't think he's part of this team anymore at all. You could give me some diplomatic answer or whatever, but he's not. This team is rallying behind Jackie Bawaba. He's the pitcher. They could have had Meyer. They could have had this one, that one. He's their guy right now. However, in reality, the Cardinals have the edge on the mound. Max Yadid is a better pitcher than Jackie Bawabe. There's no disputing that.
Agree.
But there's something to be said about chemistry. There's something to be said about the other 9 guys on the field. There's 10 guys on the field in softball, and this team has an outfield that any team would dream of. Jack Abady, Joe Chira, DK.
Phenomenal.
I mean, it's phenomenal.
Tremendous.
However, the Cardinals are famous for hitting the ball on the infield. So I think this series has a lot of pros and cons for both sides. I really do. And I think it's going to go.
How do you go around the infield for the untouchables just for a second? Not to be pointing
Sure.
out the point,
Go
but
ahead. Sure.
now that we've moved Nathan Batesh to third as a pickup for the replacement, and you have Jaime at short,
Yes.
Mark Blaha at short center, Jackie Haber at second base, and Stephen Batesh at first, I would also defensively put that infield pretty much with anyone in the league.
It's very, very strong. I don't think it's out of worldly.
It might not be Cleveland Indian like with Zakaria, Rishdi, and Tawil.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not, because Daniel Tawil at third is in a league of his own defensively, and Jaime's a great shortstop. Your right side is really strong because Jackie Haber's playing great and Stephen Batesh at first. It's a very, very, very strong defense. I really think that.
But I don't think. I mean, they hit the ball well. I don't think they're going to beat us with just hard and low. They're going to have to beat us with hits.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure Sammy felt the same way going into his game, but I don't really see an implosion. We had one, and it was an outfielder out of position. But now that we solidified that situation, I don't see a defensive implosion by either team. And I give kudos to Max Yadid because, again, we only had 5 hits.
Right.
I mean, a seeing eye hit by me and a maybe playable ball by John Eliezer, all of a sudden he's looking at second and third, and he's going like, Chucky, you kidding me? I mean, I gave up a hit. You know?
That's why I gave you guys a nod, actually. I think your hitting is a little better.
Their hitting is. Both teams have
Very
pretty
evenly
good
matched,
hitting.
very evenly
It's a
matched.
very, very tough call to make.
Yep.
I think it's going long. I think it's going to be a long series. I don't see a sweep. I have to go with the untouchables.
Okay.
I don't see any team getting in their way.
Do Cardinals get a game?
They do get a game. I think so. I think they may even get 2. I'm going to go untouchables in 5 games.
Like me.
I really hope it goes 5 because we've seen some really good softball being played, but I can't see the Untouchables losing with the role that they're on. They're just the team that you saw from the end of the regular season and into the playoffs.
I agree.
You guys just seem to be on a roll. I love the chemistry of the team, and it's not the typical chemistry where everyone loves each other. It's an interesting feel of the team where everyone loves each other, but they also hate each other. They're also cursing each other out, but they don't lose. They pick each other up.
They find ways to win.
They find ways to win. I like the team a lot. I like the Untouchables to be the champions of the league, but I think it's going to go 5 games.
Okay.
I agree with you. So we have 3 untouchables.
Well, there's your bulletin board material for the Cardinals. Nobody picked them.
No, I'd hate to see 5 because at 5 anything can happen. That's why you gotta you have a team a little bit down. I know they're not down mentally, but you have them down 1. Right now, it's for them to win 5. They have to win 3 out of 4.
Well,
They
you
have
know
to beat
what?
us 3 out of 4.
They do, but
they only have to beat us 1. One on Friday and.
Bawabe's like the guy on the Yankees years ago. The Aaron Small guy. They found him from nowhere.
Right.
He's not a great pitcher,
Right.
but he wins. He was 10-0, 11-0, something like that. He somehow seems to win. But I put him on a matchup against Max Yadid. Max Yadid is a strong pitcher.
And last thing, let me just say, 2 years ago, if you remember, we won Game 1 against Fountain of Youth. We were down 1-0 in the 6th inning. We came back and won 2-1 in that first game. And then we won the next 2 and we swept the Fountain of Youth. So sometimes you win that first one 2-0. Best thing, like you just said, try to end it early. You don't want to go to game 4, game 5.
No. Look, we've been in some tight games. You win a comeback in the bottom of the 7th, and you win a 2-0 game.
Yeah.
You're kind of battle tested at this point.
You definitely battle tested.
But
so are they. They've had their backs
they are
against
very
the wall.
battle
That's the thing. It's
Expos
so
won
hard
game
to
2,
pick.
1-0, and then you win the next game like 100-0.
Yes. Yeah. We won game 2.
1-0.
2-0.
2-0?
It was 2-0, but it was a 0-0 game, very similar to their game 1. And then we won 15-1 or 15-2 at the end
That
of
was
the
the game
day.
we won with the hamstring.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
be a
all
good
we
series.
got for you today. It's going to be a good series. I'm very excited. Look out for the email on the schedule.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. Chucky,
luck.
good luck. Sammy,
Thank you.
sorry to see
Thank
you
you.
go. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you next time, guys.
Good night.
Good night.